Episode 3400 is no a bad word.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. It's Friday. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Can you believe it? The weekend has finally arrived. Yes, you can do your happy dance. But before you do that, we got to answer this question. Is no a bad word? For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already even had the opportunity, you'll want to head on over to createyournow.com, where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, Inspiring Connection and Community. You know, when it comes to parent and child relationships, it can be very complicated. And when you look at it, there's always a question that rises to the top. Can a child say no to a parent? Now, it may not be encouraged depending on how you were brought up or the influencers around you. So is no a bad word? Think about it. The seemingly straightforward inquiry delves deep into the realms of communication. Oh yes, respect and understanding within families. Yeah, we need to dive deep because you know what? If our family crumbles in our society, the world crumbles. That's how serious this is. And the problem is we are lacking respect in our society right now. Turn on your TV, look at your reels, look in your Facebook feeds, look at Snapchat, look at TikTok. I don't care where you're showing up. Look at your work, go to the water closet, wherever it is. We are having a hard time with respect. And guess what? It starts in the privacy of your own four walls. The concept of saying no to a parent can truly evoke a myriad of emotions and opinions. Traditional views may assert that children should always obey their parents, a notion deeply rooted in generations of parenting practices. Now, I'm not here to discount that no is bad or no should be allowed. This is just taking it to a conversation level. I want you to think deeper than just telling your child not to say no to you, or you having this conversation with somebody else and you haven't actually given any thought to it. As society evolves and the understanding of child psychology grows, listen to this, the idea of children having a voice in their interactions with parents has gained traction. Go figure. Like, really? Our children should have a voice? Yes. God gave them a voice. They should be seen and heard. We need to start respecting children's boundaries. Allowing them to express their autonomy is essential for their emotional development. And you wonder why we're having troubles in elementary, middle school, high school, into college. Encouraging open communication and listening to a child's concerns can foster a sense of trust and respect within the parent-child relationship. Setting healthy boundaries teaches children that their opinions and feelings are valid. That doesn't mean you have to like them, but they are valid. It's their feelings, not yours. It helps to build their self-esteem and it helps to build their confidence. What more do our children need from us as parents, as their caregivers? They need to have their self-esteem built up because let me tell you, when they're on social media, it's all being torn down every single day. Also, recognizing a child's right to say no can also serve as a valuable lesson in consent and personal agency. Teaching children to assert their boundaries early in life can empower them to navigate relationships, peer pressure, and potential risks as they grow older. Think about that for a minute. If your child is on a playground and you've told them they can't say no, but they're being picked on, how is that helping them? What if they're approached later in life? Hey, you want to try this? Oh, you're going to feel great, called peer pressure. Yeah, back in the day when we really didn't have to worry about a lot of things, but now we have so many other things to worry about. And then what about the potential risks as they grow older? When they go off to school or they have events and you're not around to protect them, those are potential risks. They need to have a voice, and it starts in the privacy of their four walls. They need to feel safe to be able to say no. Now, I'm not talking about just back talk. That's for a different conversation. Our children have to learn respect. But if they are asking something or you're doing something and they don't want it to be done, for example, let's say you're just tickling them. That's just a fun activity, right? We all like to laugh. It's good for the body. It's good for the soul. It's good for the heart. However, if a child is kind of in the mood and they really don't want to be tickled, do they have a right to tell you no, to stop? Yes, they do. Honor them in that. So let's look here at the question of whether a child can say no to a parent. When we look at that question, right, it's going to have a lot of complexities. There's just not this easy answer of just do this and it's all going to be better. Balancing a child's autonomy with parental authority requires a delicate approach. It is a balancing act. Parents must strike a balance between setting boundaries and allowing room for expression, guiding their children with empathy and understanding. That means when you're tired, don't be fussy at them because you don't want to hear them backtalk you because you've been backtalked by your boss. Yeah, think about that. You have got to grow up yourself when it comes to parenting. You got to put on your big parent pants. Your tighty-whities, your cute little panty-wanties, I don't care what it is, but you got to put them on. And you've got to guide your children with empathy and understanding. You've got to meet them where they're at in every stage of life. Ultimately, the ability for a child to say no to a parent is a sign of a healthy, communicative relationship. It speaks to a dynamic where both parties feel heard and respected, fostering mutual understanding and emotional growth. So what does that mean really in real life? How do you move from, they're just back talking me, or I really don't want to deal with this? How do you move it in real life? How do you help them get beyond just being sassy, but meaning and understanding what the word no means? Well, you got to explore boundaries. That is your Kiss to Keep It Simple strategy. Explore boundaries. In order for a child to understand how no can be used in a respectful manner, guess what needs to happen? The parent needs to model it. But unfortunately, that doesn't come easy, especially if you were raised that children are to be seen and not heard. But then, how do they have a voice? How does self-esteem grow if they are not seen and heard? Muting children for the ease of your life does not serve them well. Let me say that again. Muting your child for the ease of your life does not serve your child well. And as a parent, we are called to love and serve our children well, to love them unconditionally, to raise them to be productive adults who impact the world that they touch. So that means when you're tired, guess what? You still have to parent well. When you're excited, you still have to parent well. When you're challenged, you still have to parent well. When you're frustrated, you still have to parent well. You don't get a pass card. No, you get the go to jail card. Yes. So we've got to be very, very understanding of our responsibilities. And I think sometimes we do, but the problem is when life happens and we're not thinking about this prior to it, then when we're in a season of turmoil, when we're a season of change is a constant, yes, but I'm talking about a significant change. Maybe there's a death in the family. Maybe there is a situation. Maybe there's just a lot of tension in the family. Maybe there's a wedding that's happening, a graduation, even things like that, a new birth, even a separation or divorce. All of this stuff can lead to something happening. Children feel it even if they can't express it. Did you hear me? Children feel it even if they cannot express it. So you've got to explore boundaries. You have to meet them where they're at. You have to show up before they even do. And quite honestly, we've got a lot of lazy parents out there. They just think kids turn out great. Somehow you have them in their arms and they're wonderful. No, it takes work. And this conversation today, I want to stretch you. And if you already know and you're doing this well, man, I'm celebrating you today. And if you know someone who's struggling, then pass this on to them. Say, you know what? I heard this crazy girl named Christiane, and she's talking about this stuff. This might help you. Or just take a listen to it. You don't even have to tell them it's going to help them. Just let them listen. Let their ears discern what they need to hear. So what does it mean to explore boundaries with kids? Number one, active listening. Encourage your child to actively listen to other person's perspective before expressing their own thoughts. Now, they have to be heard first, right? And that means you're modeling that. And when you model that, then you can say, well, you've got to understand, you've got to listen to me too. It goes both ways. You cannot expect your child to actively listen if you're not. If they're having to yell your name 10 times to get your attention, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem, a big problem. The rocket is not going to launch, and if it does, it's going to self-destruct. Active listening. And this teaches the importance of understanding different viewpoints and promotes respectful dialogue. We've got to bring respect into the conversation. Mom, come on, Dad, pay attention. Active listening. Number two, use I statements. Encourage the child to use I statements when expressing their feelings or opinions. For example, I feel frustrated when, or I would prefer if. This helps the child take ownership of their emotions and communicate assertively yet respectfully. A lot of times we're pointing fingers, okay? We need to stop pointing the fingers and we need to take responsibility for our own actions, our own words, our own thoughts. Stop blaming someone else. And let me tell you, Mom, let me tell you, Dad, it starts in the privacy of your own home, your four walls. Are you owning your own? Think about your relationship with the adults within your four walls. So if you have mom and dad there, if you have maybe mom and dad and you have, your parents there, whatever it is, who are the adults of the family or older children, maybe, upper middle school into high school and college. How do you guys communicate when it comes to your I statements? Is it, well, you just make me feel like this? No, you can't make anybody feel like that. You have to say, I feel like this. When you said that to me, it hurt me like this. It's an ownership. That changes the conversation. And that allows the child to be what? Seen and heard. Remember, a child feels it regardless of if they can express it or not. But give them the opportunity to express it. Because if we understand what we're feeling, the emotions we're carrying inside, the better we are down the road in dealing with our psyche. And then finally, number 3, practice empathy. Encourage the child to consider the other person's feelings and perspectives when expressing themselves. Now, again, you have to model this. That's the best way this is taught, just like active listening. But that empathy means that you are giving it to them as much as you are asking them to give it to others. So how are you giving it to the other ones in your own household? Think about that. By fostering empathy, children learn to communicate with sensitivity and understanding. Promoting what? Respect. Respectful interactions with others. If your child's on the playground, if they're at a band concert, if they are running for student council in college, whatever it is, and somebody comes to them and they just kind of have a beef with them, they want to have a word or two and it's not real positive, if they practice empathy, that's going to change the conversation with them. They're not going to take immediate offense to it because they're going to see the person for who they are in that moment. But if we're ones who really don't care about others, we have no respect for what other people feel, that doesn't mean that you have to like it. That doesn't mean you have to understand it. What it means is that you see and hear someone else. My friend, as you navigate the nuances of parent-child dynamics, because there are a lot of them, why do you think there's not a manual written? There's not, because the manual, well, let's just say it would beat the Britannica Encyclopedia any day, and it doesn't even exist anymore because we don't believe in books anymore, right? I mean, come on. Everything is out there. Go ask AI then. I wonder what AI would say about this. We have got to start taking control of what is happening within our own four walls. It starts with a family. The parent-child dynamics is a real thing. And we've got to look to see how we're serving our children. Remember that healthy relationships are built on what? Trust, respect, and open communication. That is what the foundation of any relationship is built on. Encouraging children to express their boundaries and opinions establishes a foundation for strong, resilient connections that can withstand the test of time. So as you journey through parenting, because it's a long road, and let me just tell you, just because you think you guys are losing your kids and they're going off and you're going to be an empty nester, do not celebrate too soon. I'm telling you, they might just be back. So when you're going through this parenting journey, embracing the concept of a child saying no to a parent, it will help you lead to a deeper connection and a greater sense of harmony within the family. Don't you want that harmonious, beautiful connection with your family? And that's not meaning that it's going to be a perfect family. That doesn't mean you're not going to struggle. That doesn't mean you're not going to have arguments. My friend, you're going to have arguments. That's part of life. That's part of us being individuals. But let me tell you, the love and the bonds you have will never be broken if you have that trust, respect, and open communication. By nurturing a space for open dialogue and mutual respect, you can empower your children to navigate the world with confidence and compassion. Oh, yes, Mom. Oh, yes, Dad. That is a parenting hero. Go in peace. Be present. Be incredible. Be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed weekend. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.